Good morning, everyone. It's Cynthia with your daily tarot card of the day. Yay! Thank you so much for being here. This week we're using the new Palladini tarot. There's information about that in the description box below. So if you have happened upon this video and you feel intuitively guided to watch, there's likely a message here for you. These messages are timeless. They're general and they're for the collective, daily energies of the day. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Tune into your own intuition, higher self, inner guidance, spirit guides, so that you might receive your own personal messages and insights from whatever card appears. But I will be delivering general messages that I get from spirit, from the energies of the cards, related to the day's energy. Oh, okay. Cut the cards. Very good. The King of Pentacles. Beautiful. I'm getting a certain level of mastery with this card. The King of Pentacles has mastered being in the energetic vibrational space that creates the physical, tangible, material reality that we see around us that's represented by the pentacles. He's mastered that connection point to where whatever shows up in the material, he can work with it, allocate resources, create and share more abundance, whatever they manage himself, and himself in the position of mastery that he finds himself in, but also manage the physical material well-being around him as well. It's a great space to be in. It's a feeling of alignment, but recognizing the value in the physical reality and experiences as they show up. There's a certain amount of gratitude and appreciation. Appreciation is not just being thankful or grateful for something, but also caring for it or about it. So if you look at the language of finances, right? If you have an asset that depreciates over time, that means the value tends to go down because it's aged, like a house or a car or something like that, right? Appreciate means that the asset increases in value. Well, regardless of what it looks like in terms of economics or finances, when we appreciate all things, people, places, resources, experiences in our life, then they increase in value. And of course, it comes to a point where sometimes we need to give it away. Sometimes we need to say, this is, I have no use for this anymore. While I appreciate memories of it, I don't see myself continuing to appreciate this. So we, move on from that. So the King of Pentacles is actually very discerning in being able to see what's working, what doesn't. We might always be grateful for a thing, but the thing's appreciation is diminishing. And so we have to decide, do I want to continue to appreciate this and actually care for it? Or am I ready to say thank you and goodbye to it? So, we can do this when we're spring cleaning and decluttering. We can do this with certain relationships in our lives that fizzle out. You know, they might always be valuable and have valuable memories, but there comes a point when we grow apart from other people. And are we emotionally stable enough to turn around and say, all the best, love in the world, but not having to invest more appreciation in it? Not because we are not grateful, but because they've grown in one direction, I've grown in another direction, we've lost touch, our communication is sporadic at best. I don't really need to force ties with a relationship that's grown apart, right? Or even situations in jobs, when we grow past something, when we outgrow a position by either our skill or our experience, and we're not being challenged or compensated according to the value that we feel we've gained, we have to make a decision. I'd like to go for that job within the company, or I would like to make a lateral move, or I would like to into a different area, just to get my juices going again. Or, I want to move into an entirely different company or career path or field. So we make those discerning judgments on our circumstances, based on how much we appreciate ourselves and how much we have grown. So the King of Pentacles is really showing today's energy of having mastered something. The two trees here reminds me of a certain amount of balance and reminds me of a certain amount of being rooted in the earth, but also reaching towards the sky, being that balanced point between and then manifesting as something. And so the King of Pentacles seems to be really showing this energy of both appreciation, which is gratitude plus care over time, and having that appreciation for the self and the self-mastery of being that connection point that creates a reality, but also being able to manage what's going on around us in our physical bodies, in terms of our health and well-being, in terms of our spaces, our physical spaces, our social spaces, and really being able to assess things from a very discerning standpoint and a very masterful standpoint. There, on the light side of this King of Pentacles, and I'm pretty much talking mostly about the light side, okay? Flip it, reverse it, to an opposite form if you feel like you're in that situation. But we want to head towards the higher vibe, right? So that's why I'm describing the higher vibe that I'm picking up here, because that's the space where we really need to be in order to move ourselves forward as best as we can. It doesn't mean that we're all going to reach that top level extreme, but it's more so as best we can work with this energy in our own lives, self-mastery, working from the inside out, and then being able to care for and appreciate what's around us, the people, the resources, the things, the experiences, the enjoyments, being able to share in these things and to also manage them. But that makes us more mindful, right, of our environments, of our relationships, of caretaking you know, the outdoor and natural spaces that we go into, and also caretaking the indoor spaces, the man-made spaces that we share with others, and the energetic vibration of that, especially within our sphere of influence. So he's really mastering from within to the without, and mastering this vibration of appreciation that is that intertwining combination of, I'm grateful for this, I have gratitude for this, I'm very thankful about this, and embracing that, but then also caring for it over time, caring for that energy. We can have the goal of maybe being able to get a new car or a new residence, or something that we think that we really like, it's part of our style, we would enjoy it, right? Or even an experience, which and they all bring a certain amount of memories to them. So whether it's gifted to us or whether we achieve a certain financial level to be able to pay for it for ourselves, right? That's all wonderful. And there's that moment, and you could enjoy your new car for a couple of months, but then it kind of wears off, and that's where the appreciation kicks in. You're going to care for it over time. Are you going to recall those feelings of joy when you actually accomplished that thing, or achieved that thing, or were gifted that thing, and hold that joy with you and let it seep into the pleasure of caring for it over time? Whether, it's a souvenir from a trip, or a memory, or a picture, or a photograph of an experience, are you going to care for it over time? Is it bringing value to who you feel you are? And when it comes to material things that we gain, not just physical experiences or emotional experiences, but physical experiences, material things, when we revisit that joyfulness of, say, the accomplishment, or, the receiving, right? But then we put that into caring for it because we appreciate it, because it brings a certain level of value and comfort into our lives. And these things might change over time. There might come a point. But again, that King of Pentacles is really talking about from the inside out, being discerning about these things, having appreciation, having the gratitude, and that's the vibration that helps us to manage our time, our energy, our physical spaces, our relationships, our health, and well-being, and those things. So this is really an alignment and an appreciation of being a spirit, mind, body, being in your physical body, having these experiences, mental, emotional, and physical, enjoying the pleasure of things, but then actually cultivating that pleasure, that joyfulness within, so that we can really be discerning about what is in our environment bringing us joy, what is in our experience bringing us joy, and what level of appreciation, of gratitude and care do we give to these things that we're paying attention to. So with that, I wish you a lot of peace and blessings. And may you feel aligned with your values. May you feel appreciative of your life. And may you be aligned in your discernment of not just your values, but of what's important to you, and sharing that appreciation. So, best of a wonderful day to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow.